Good morning, fam. Hope all is well with you. I'm up, but I'm just not dressed yet, right? But I decided to make this video right here, right? Um, so I keep an eye on the news, and it's just mind-boggling how this governor of Texas, this governor of Georgia, all these red states, right? Retarded red states are trying to force people back to work, essential work, non-essential workers, right? And essential workers. However, the body counts are rising. Still, African Americans is, according to them, allegedly, uh, the highest death rate. And then you have the Mexicans. So when you look at the state of Texas, I mean, that is heavily populated with blacks and Latins, right? So what I'm saying here, to me personally, black people, stay your ass in the house, please. Do not go out there because that's a death wish you're dealing with right now. And then I was listening to the governor this morning, and he was saying, "Oh, well, somebody got to take the risk." Well, why don't you take the risk? You know what I was looking at? Okay, they wanted to open up hair salons, tattoo parlors, barber shops. Why y'all didn't open up tanning booths and European and Brazilian waxes, and your body sculpting and all of that shit? Why did you open those? Why did you want all of the black majority of black businesses to open back up? We're not going back out there. We already know what time it is. What's up? If white America wants to remain white America, they're going to have to go out there and work their own fucking jobs, because we're not doing it. And we don't give a fuck about what's going to happen to this country, because right now, it's the playing field. We're leveling off the playing field here. There will probably not be an economy anyway after this shit is done. So black people, I want you to stick together, and stay home. I'm begging you to stay home. These white people don't give a fuck about you. Even when Donald Trump came on, when he first came on there, when this pandemic first began, the first thing he kept saying, we got to get back to work. We got to get back to work. Motherfucker, you don't work nowhere. The we's you talking about are the blacks and the Latins, who are most mainly doing these jobs that generate the most wealth in this country, right? But you treat them like they ain't shit. And here comes a crisis. Now you need us. We're not going out there. I don't give a fuck what happens to your economy. You understand? The Most High, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, got our back. And we will heal from this and learn from this. And I'm hoping that this is the turning point where black people learn to unite and do for ourselves and stop trying to be the white man's slave and still after God. After you are free, you can't even say right now that you're not free. This happened so everybody can be free to do what they choose, especially after this is all said and done. You would be foolish to still go back and work for these Caucasians after they wanted you to be the first ones on the front line to go out there and risk your lives to make sure they can get their hair done or their toes or whatever other luxuries, slave luxuries they looking for. Maybe shoe shining, I don't know. But what I'm saying to you, brothers and sisters, stay home. I don't care, stick together, stick together. Fuck that governor, whoever is saying it, right? Let them go out there If they want to open up their economy, they want to play Russian roulette, they want to kill themselves. Because trust me, right now we are the highest population, right? Because it hasn't hit these little rural areas yet, right? It hasn't hit those hick towns yet. But when it does, I'm almost certain, I'm guaranteed, because the way their behavior is now. Look at their behavior. They're out there spitting in each other's face, acting like this is not a real virus, you know what I mean? And it's mind-boggling to see. However, you want to call black people savages. Black people are not going out with AR-15, standing up, protesting, talking about opening up the economy and all that kind of foolishness. We already know what's up. We know what's up. Trust and believe, we know what's up. So no, we're not going to go out there for massa. You're gonna have to go out there, and get you some suntan lotion, because you might peel, when the heat is on in this country, because no longer will black people work for you. Not on that level. We got to really sit down now and reconstruct our whole way of living. We don't even know the body count, and the end result of the body count, right? However, either way it goes, we will sue the United States of America, and especially Donald Trump, for the negligence of how long he took to respond to this pandemic. He could have, listen, I knew about this pandemic since November. Word is bond. And I've been keeping my eyes on it, right? So it just seemed like it was getting worse. And then, like I said, I lost my father. Soon as they declared this a pandemic, that same week my father returned. And I was just there to visit him in Texas, right? And I was to and from. I was back and forth out of the airport twice. And I was on my way back again because he returned. But Delta, for some reason at that time, that was actually because of the O'Hara's airport incident, where they all bum rush came in from Europe. He keep on talking about China, but these people came from Europe, okay, who heavily infected us. Ex Kumo. Those flights that came in and infected this country, the way it did was white privilege. They let those white privilege infected people come in this country, no tests, no anything, and infect this whole goddamn country. See, you got to look at this thing in its totality. White people right now, hi Ting, my cat, he's a mess. Hey baby, we want. Anyway, they right now are very suicidal. So don't go out there and be suicidal along with them, okay? I just think, yeah, we're gonna lose a lot, right? But we're gonna gain a lot moving forward. This had to be done. This bond had to be broken, right? And all of this stuff had to be shown to black people for them to really wake the fuck up and understand from the beginning that white people never gave a fuck about you, never did. They just see you as a lower class citizen. They're slaves just to use for entertainment purposes, and maybe get a tattoo, go to the spa, things of that nature. They don't give a fuck about black people, right? So the thing here, black people got to give a fuck about black people, right? And like I said, once again, and I'm not going to keep saying it, there will be no brown and black unity moving forward when we go for our lawsuits. If Latins want to sue, fine. But we will not add you to our reparations, which includes not only this pandemic, but what has been done systematically to us for the last 400 years. Okay? The problem I got with a lot of Latins is this. Y'all came here by choice. We were forced here. Okay? It's a total difference there. And you want to sue somebody for reparations, you need to go back to whatever country you came from, maybe Spain, or I don't know, some European country that mixed with the Africans and raped them, and a lot, and the results became a whole different shades of Latins. But what I'm saying here, your numbers ain't the same as our numbers, right? And we're not going to play that game with you, because you another set of people who've taken our kindness for our weakness. You have came into our neighborhoods and turned it into Latin America. We're not having that shit. You know the school I used to go to as a child? I wanted my grandchildren to go to that school. You know where that school is now? That school is an all Latin school. And they tell you that your child cannot go there unless they speak two different languages. Okay, that's how they came in here and redistrict. They had set up shop. Nobody said nothing. Nobody said nothing. And then when these people come here, they don't go over out there in the white neighborhoods. They come to our neighborhoods, and we already struggling. And here you guys coming trying to take what we already at least built up to maintain this. It's just, to me, I don't have no, I'm Latins, a lot of them to me, and there are some, you got 5%, true and living, but the rest of y'all can kiss my ass, because y'all don't, it's no alliance with you, okay? There's no fucking alliance with you, and we're not adding your ass to our goddamn reparations. See, the problem here, the trick knowledge here is they keep on putting those numbers up with New York, right? Okay, so why is so many? Because it's a lot of Latins that live in New York, but they not spread all across the goddamn United States of America, right? So then when you start looking at the numbers spread across the United States of America, that shit goes from your so-called 22% to like a measly 7 or 8%. Don't get it fucking twisted. We're not stupid. We're doing the knowledge, especially to the numbers. I'm a fucking mathematician. I understand regressions. I understand outliers. I understand how to compare and contrast to see if things have a relationship. We don't have no fucking relationship with you people. I'm just saying, we don't. Not like it should be. We're always the ones who reach out to these other people, and then in return, we get betrayed, double crossed, and they get on their feet. Then they start working for fucking white supremacy. We're not having that shit either. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to get that. Black people, stay home. Stay home, please. I'm begging you to stay home. Listen, I looked at this disease, right? And saw what the fuck it do to you from the beginning stage to the end. I never had a chill in my body like the chill I felt after watching how you die from coronavirus. Okay? This is not a fucking game. There are still like 7, 8 more trucks parked in these New York hospitals. And what's going to happen? Those trucks are going to leave there. They're going to Texas. They're going to Georgia. They're going to Florida. I promise you that. In all those little rural areas, they're going there. So, and another thing, let me explain. Like in if you really look at the 1917/18 pandemic, you learn a lot from that. Looking at the behavior of what's going on now, right? So, in that time, Philadelphia was the hot spot. New York had less deaths. than Philadelphia because it was more immigrants, more Europeans coming to this country already infected from other countries, right? So a lot of them, along with us, but a lot of them died because of the conditions that they were living in the slum slash ghetto slash hoods of Philadelphia, which is now occupied by who? African Americans. Same slums, mass deaths, right? Mass deaths. It was so many bodies. They were piling them up in the alleyway. Then they finally came to their senses to start digging mass graves, right? I think we're a little smarter, a little wiser than that, and I want us to be cautious. But I'm just letting you know what Philadelphia's mistake was when they first caught it. You know, people got sick I think it was a few weeks later. Motherfuckers had a big parade. Guess what happened? The flu came back in that second wave and ate Philadelphia alive. Okay? San Francisco had a low death rate when the first wave came, right? So what they did, they took their foot off the brakes, right? And then San Francisco's numbers was higher than Philadelphia's numbers after the pandemic, okay? So we already know this shit hasn't gone anywhere, right? This thing can come in 2 or 3 waves, right? And Dr. Fauci already said it will be back in the fall, right? So if I was you, I would just stay home. Just keep getting your food, your water, and things for at least a year. Keep at least a year's worth of stuff stocked, right? Do the best you can and work together. Work together wherever you're at, right? It's going to be a bumpy road, but like I said, we personally are used to this shit. This is really not something that is devastating. But like I said, our light-skinned American citizen, the real light ones, they having issues. They having issues, but they're gonna learn. They're gonna learn the hard way, right? This is not a joke. This is not a game. This virus do not discriminate. It is eating up people like it's no tomorrow. I mean, it's greedy. This thing is greedy, very greedy. It's taking souls like and this is the thing. See, a lot of people are sheltered from what's really going on, right? But I'm fully aware my other half is in New York as we speak, right? He works on Wall Street, so I already know what the fuck going on here, right? This is real. This is very real. You don't understand, like, the psychological damage that's going to be done from this. It's going to take a long time for people to really get back to what we call the norm. But it's okay. It's okay. Because once you get a wound, you put some Neosporin and a Band-Aid on it, and you just stop fucking with it, and it'll heal itself. Right? So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this time and heal and come together with some strategies to see how we keep our head above the water during this pandemic. Please stop waiting on this fucking government, right, to do shit for you. Because I already said it in another video, because this is getting ready to probably go out. But the 1917-18 pandemic, the government did the same shit you see them doing right now. They gave people a little bit of money and shit. And then when all hell broke loose, the rich went and tried to get their stocks and bonds and shit. Guess what it was? Nothing. Every knee bowed, every tongue confessed, right? And they had to build this country from the ground up. That's why I said I'm trying to figure out what did our ancestors do during that pandemic. And if I was so, my grandmother just returned last year. If I known, I would have asked her because she was the youngest out of all of her siblings. So I'm quite sure she could have answered those questions for me. But that right there is like I'm so angry that I did not get a chance to ask her that question. But yeah, it's no more the old world, and we may, if we listen, if we all unite, right, and have some common sense, black, white, Latin, Asian, whoever, right, if we all sit back, have some common sense, right, just put everything on pause until this shit, these waves or whatever, uh, is over with, and then we take off running. We got the best military in the world. Come on, we gotta save our military and all. This is not a fucking game. Y'all don't understand what's on the line here. See, and your president's so busy neglecting the African Americans that he ain't paying attention. It ain't the African Americans anymore that you really need to worry about. This whole fucking world hates you. People hate Donald Trump right now, I think worse than China. And he's still, I think he's getting it now because they told him that he should not do keep his briefing short, because he really think that people are praying. These 20 something million people on unemployment are very happy with him. He's the president in charge. You're supposed to be for your constituents. Why didn't you calm them down? Listen, sit down, have several seats. We're going to take care of you until this is done and over with. For now, things have to be put on froze. We got to freeze it. That's all he had to do. He out there enticing them to come out. Oh, they're taking your Second Amendments. Let me tell you what's going to happen, though, with them. I'll tell you what's going to happen. Somebody's getting ready to override Donald Trump, right? And the military is getting ready to come into all of those rural areas, right? Or wherever these people are. Trust me, the feds is watching them. And the military is going to bum rush them and take their guns anyway. Right now, the Constitution is really suspended until further notice. And the military will be coming to a hood near them. Well, a suburb near them, right? Because you heard him on TV the other day. Oh, I could have sent someone in, but now, okay, you could have, right? But it's going to get so bad. It's going to get so bad, right? Because we got the wrong president. This clown doesn't know anything about administration, organization, management, operations, production, you name it. He's illiterate in it, right? And then the people around him are just as out of touch as he is, besides Dr. Fauci and the other lady. I'm the only two that got some common sense. The rest of them, their greed is going to get them killed. And like I said, we will have a lawsuit waiting on you. So what? Maybe America will sue China, because we damn sure going to sue America for Donald Trump's negligence, right? And we don't want our reparations included with other groups. And it's not being racist. It's not being racist that I'm saying that. I'm saying that because these people are not experiencing or have not experienced what the Black American born in this country, who has a lineage linked to slavery in this country, has experienced. You're not going to tell me that. When I go in my neighborhoods, all of the stores that were black when I was growing up are now Latin or Asian. So after the veil is lifted off of this shit, we want our neighborhoods back. I don't give a fuck where everybody else go, but we want to build our own neighborhoods back up. And that's going to be a part of our demands with this lawsuit, right? because it's coming. Mark my word. I'm going to let you guys go. But I think I wanted to touch bases on that this morning because I want my brothers and sisters to stay well and stay home, right? Be well. Stay home. Don't listen to this fucking president. Don't listen to this government. Your life is worth more than going out there sacrificing yourself to cater to white people's fucking pleasures of this world. You're going to get your hair done. Where the fuck you going? You're going to get. I can see essential workers. I would respect that. You know, these people that's really out here and have to go to work, and you know that's out here with their putting their lives on the front line for serious essential things, our basic needs. Definitely they should have a haircut or maybe get their hair done. But just the general overall population just popping up going to get their hair and feet and shit done. Massages, yeah, they're doing massages. And oh, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. But it is what it is. But black people, um I love you. Be well. Keep your head up. We're going to get through this. Like I said, if you go out there, you're going out on a suicide mission. I'm just telling you now. If you can, stay home. And if you are in a house with a lot of people, you know, just wear masks. If you feel like you're going getting sick, somebody's getting sick, just wear a mask. Be well, protect yourselves, and just wash your hands. Make sure your babies, because people. One thing I want people to understand: our babies right now, you know, everybody, oh, they're so cute, but when I look at them, in the moment, I'm looking at them as a big ass germ. Okay, asymptomatic, which they innocently won't know that they have it. However, they can spread it to you. In 1917, it was more children that were orphans and died of starvation than any other time because people would not touch the children, right? And both parents were dead, and children were just on their own. It was you gotta watch the 1917 18 pandemic. It's on YouTube. Look at the one with the face mask. He got a little face mask and it comes on and it's like black and white. I want you to look at that real close. I'm hoping we don't go through that, right? But you can learn a lot from looking at that and watching what's going on now, to see how dangerous or what we are actually dealing with. With that being said, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I got some things to do. I'll probably make a video later on today. I don't know yet. But, like I said, be well, keep your vibrations high, stay home, protect your family. Brothers, a lot of you, I gotta say this. I gotta respect that. I see a lot of you stepping up, doing what you're supposed to, right? For the babies and for the elders, you know. Keep doing your thing. We appreciate you much. That being said, I'm out. Peace.